Hello guys, welcome back to TechDose, and in this video we will see the validate IP address problem which is from LeetCode day 16 of the June challenge. So let us now look at the problem statement. The problem here says that given an IP string, validate if it is either a IPv4 string or a IPv6 string. Otherwise, if it is neither of them, then we will simply return the string neither. In the first example, you can see that this is a valid IPv4 address and therefore we will return IPv4 string. Now the second one is a valid IPv6 address, therefore we will return IPv6 as a string. The third address is not a valid IPv4 as well as not a valid IPv6 address, because you can see that this is not in the format of IPv6 first of all, and for IPv4 this is out of range because IPv4 range is from 0 to 255 and this is 257. Therefore, this is not even the IPv4 address. So in this case, we will return the string neither. So I hope you got the problem statement. Let us now look at some rules for IPv4 and IPv6. So first will be the rule for IPv4. Now there should be no leading zeros when you are representing the number for IPv4. So in this case, you can see that this is 0, 1, 2. This is not valid because we are having a leading zero. Now the range of numbers for each of the cell should be in the range of 0 to 255. So in this case you can see that this is a valid range. This is in the range of 0 to 255. This is invalid. This is 257 which is out of range. So this entire IP will not be IPv4 address. Okay. Now the third condition is an IPv4 address should have exactly 4 cells. So 4 cell means they should be separated using 3 dots. So here it is having 3 dots. So in terms of 4 cells, this is having 4 cells. Now the fourth condition says that IPv4 address should have an integer in each of the cell. Like you cannot write something like this 192 dot dot dot. This is not valid because between 2 dots there should be an integer. Between these 2 dots as well you should have an integer, and also at the last cell. So you will basically be having 4 cells and each of them will be separated by using a dot. Okay, and each of these cells must be containing an integer in the range of 0 to 255. So these are the rules for a valid IPv4 address. Let us now look at the rule for valid IPv6 address. So in this IPv6 address, you are allowed leading zeros. So it was not allowed in IPv4 but allowed in IPv6. So 0 AEF is allowed. This is valid. 0000 is allowed and it is valid. Second condition is zeros can be compressed to just 1 zero. So in this case you can see that we are having 4 zeros, so we can just compress it to a single zero so that it will be shortened. Now the IPv6 address must have 8 cells. In the IPv4 we had 4 cells, here we will be having 8 cells, and the separator will be this colon. Okay, so the colon is separator here, and in IPv4 we had a single dot as a separator. Now the fourth condition is numbers in hexadecimal range should be in the range of 0 to all f's. So these 4 zeros can also be written as 0. And these all f's are basically 1 f will represent 15. Okay. So this is basically a hexadecimal range for each and every cell. Now the next condition says that no cell should be empty. So this condition also applies for IPv4. So I hope you got the main rules for IPv4 and IPv6. You can use your if-else statement in order to solve this problem, but that is not very reliable because there are too many cases to handle. Therefore, I will show this solution using regex library, which is nothing but a regular expression. Now, let us see some basics of the regular expression, then we will move forward to solving the problem. So in this case, you can see that if you use a large bracket and if you give a range in between, then all the elements which fall in this range will be included as a valid expression. So in this case you can see that A is valid, B is valid, C is valid, but D is not valid. And also this will not be repeated. This is denoting just a single character, okay, in the range of A to C. Now this is indicating a block of character which is having 2 characters, okay. So in this case AB, if you write AB then this will be valid, but if you write AC or BA, or if you repeat the characters more than 2 times, then they will be invalid. Now the third example says that this is also similar to the first example, but then we are using this star. So this star indicates that it will get repeated any number of times. So each and every character should be in the range of A to C. So in this case, in the first example, you can see that this is in range of A to C, this is in range of A to C, and all are in range of A to C. Therefore, this is a valid string which is being generated. In the second example, you can see that this A is in range, B is in range, but D is not in range because our range is from A to C. So this is an invalid string. Now if you see this fourth example, then we have this plus as compared to this second example. The only difference is that we are having plus. So this is indicating that we can repeat this block any number of times. So if we repeat this block say 3 number of times, then this will be the string and this is a valid string. But you cannot repeat it in a fractional number of times. Like you cannot repeat it 1.5 times and say 1 ABA. So this is invalid, and this is like repeating it 2.5 times, and this is also invalid. Okay. So let us now look at how can we form the numbers. So this is very similar to the example I have shown you. This is indicating only one digit. Okay. And the one digit can be in the range of 0 to 9. So this 0, 1, 8 is valid, but this A is not valid. This is not a digit at all. And this 1, 0 is also not valid because this is having 2 digits. Each of the digit is in range, but then it is having 2 digits. And this indicates only one digit. If you put a star, then the number of digits will not matter. So this indicates that each and every digit should be in the range of 0 to 9, and they can get repeated any number of times. So 0, 1, 8, 81, 0, 1, 9, 001 all are valid. But then this 90A is not valid since this A is out of range. Now if you see this 10 plus, then this is indicating that 10 block can be repeated any number of times, and the number of times it get repeated must be integer. So this is repeated 1 times, this is repeated 3 times, but this is being repeated like 1.5 times. So this is invalid. Now this string is invalid because this 2 is out of range, because this is not matching our block, and also this is not an integral multiple of our block size. Now if you see this 09AB, then what does it indicate? This indicates just a single character. The character can be either in the range of 0 to 9 or in the range of A to B. So this is the meaning of this entire block. Now 0 is in the range of 0 to 9, so this is valid. 7 is also in range. B is in the range of A to B, so this is also valid. But C is not valid. This is not in range of 0 to 9 and also not in range of A to B. 10 is also not valid because even though each and every character is in the range of 0 to 9, but this is indicating just a single character, and here this is having 2 characters. Okay. Similarly, this BC is not valid since this is having 2 characters, and also this C is out of range. Our range was from A to B. Now if you put a star beside this block, then this digit can get repeated any number of times. So in this case you can see that 01 is valid because 0 is in range of 0 to 9, 1 is also in the range of 0 to 9. This is valid. 708 is valid. 7BA1 is also valid. 7 is in the range of 0 to 9, B is in the range of A to B, and so on. Each and every one is in the range. Now this 7CD is not in range because C is out of range, D is out of range, so this is not valid. Now if you write this 2A plus, then this block 2A will get repeated integral number of times. So 2A is valid, 2A is valid, but 2AA is not valid. So I hope you understood these examples as well. Let us now see some more examples. Well, in this example, as you can see, from 0 to 9, this is just indicating a single digit. A digit can range from 0 to 9. Now in the second example, you can see that I have written 2 blocks side by side. This indicates that this first block is indicating 1 digit and this second block is indicating 1 digit. Now when they are written side by side, this means that it is a 2-digit number, and the first digit can be in the range of 1 to 9, second digit can be in the range of 0 to 9. So in this case, it will range from basically 10 to 99, because what will be the minimum number using these 2 digits? The minimum number can be found by picking the minimum of this range and minimum of the second digit range. So minimum of the first digit range is 1, minimum of the second digit range is 0. So this will be 10. And how do you form the maximum? You will form the maximum by picking the maximum of the first digit range, maximum of the second digit range. It will be 99. So this will also be 99. Okay. In the similar way, this is a 3-digit number where I have fixed the first digit. First digit is 2. Now the second digit can be in the range of 0 to 4 and third digit can be in the range of 0 to 9. So the minimum number which can be formed is 2, 0, 0. Okay. And the maximum number which can be formed is 2, 4 and 9. So this will be in the range of 200 to 249. In the similar way, here this is a 3-digit number where I have fixed 2 digits, and this single digit can vary from 0 to 5. So this will be simply in the range of 250 to 255. And in the similar way, for this example, this will also be in the range of 100 to 199. I hope you understood all these examples. This is the last example and it will be useful for your IPv6 address. So this is indicating just a single character, just a single digit you can say, okay. And this character can be from 0 to 9 or from small a to small f or from capital A to capital F. Okay, so this I have already written here and I hope you understood all these examples. Let us now look at how do we repeat an expression some given number of times. So this is basically indicating one digit. This you might have guessed by now. So the digit can range from 0 to 9. Let us say you want to repeat the digit a given number of times. In this case I will repeat it 2 times. Then you will enclose it in curly braces and this will indicate that you can pick any digit one by one in the range of 0 to 9 and you can repeat them 2 times. So let us say you picked first time 0 and second time also you picked 0. So you had basically 2 chances to pick the digit from 0 to 9. In the second example, first you picked 0, second time you picked 1. In the third example, first you picked 1, second time you picked 0 and so on. Okay. So you will basically get 2 times to pick a number in the range of 0 to 9 to form your number. That means you will be forming a 2-digit number. Since this is indicating a single digit and a single digit is repeated side by side 2 times, so it will always form a 2-digit number, okay. Now in the similar way, in the second example you can see this is 1 digit and this is 1 digit, and since we have written it side by side, this will obviously form a 2-digit number. Now once you have formed a 2-digit number, this will be repeated 2 times, so this will obviously form a 4-digit number. And what will be the range? The first digit will be in the range of 1 to 9 as it is indicated here. And similarly the third digit will also be in the range of 1 to 9. Okay, because this one will come as the first digit, third digit, fifth digit and so on. And this one here will come as second digit, fourth digit, sixth digit and so on. Okay, so this is pretty simple to guess. So this will be in the range of 0 to 9. This will be in the range of 0 to 9. So these two are valid. Now let us see the third example. This is indicating a 3-digit number where first digit is fixed to 2. So there is no choice. This one has a choice from 0 to 4. This is 1 digit and this is also 1 digit. So you will be repeating it 2 times. Therefore you will be forming a 6-digit number. So this is a valid 6-digit number, and you can see that this is an invalid 6-digit number because the second digit is having number 5 and the second digit value is in the range of 0 to 4. So this is invalid. So we have seen how do we repeat our expression a given number of times. But we can also repeat our expression in given range. Okay. So let us say you want to form a 2-digit number and this is our range. First digit should be in the range of 1 to 9 and second digit should be in the range of 0 to 9. Okay. And you want to repeat it, let's say 2 to 4 times. Then how will you do? You don't need to do anything. You just write the low range. This is your low and hyphen and this is your high value. So this will be repeated any number of times which is required from this low to high. So in this case, if you are having this 2-digit number and if you write 1 9, then even though 1 and 9 both are in the range as mentioned here, but still it is repeated only 1 time. So this will not be a valid range because the low range is at least it should be repeated 2 times. So this is valid. This is repeated 2 times. This is repeated 3 times valid. This is repeated 4 times valid. But this is repeated 5 times. So this is invalid. Okay. Now in the similar way, this is just a single digit or a single character you can say. And in this case, you want to repeat it 2 to 4 times. So in this case, 0A is valid, 2E is valid, 13 is valid, 42 is valid. And how is this 2E valid? Because 2 is in the range of 0 to 9 and second time if you pick E, then this is in the range of A to F. So these are all valid. So I hope you understood how to repeat in range. Let us now look at escape sequences. So in IPv4, you need a dot as a separator, and in IPv6 you need a colon as a separator. So you cannot use them directly in your expression because they are holding some special meaning. So if you want to use special characters holding special meaning, then we need to use escape sequences to include it in our regular expression. Okay. So in this case, if you want to include this dot, then you will have to give escape sequence. and escape sequence is also holding special meaning. Therefore, in order to include this escape sequence, you will have to include another escape sequence, because when it will be compiled, then these two escape sequences will just be converted to a single escape sequence, okay, and this dot will still remain here. So this will be the compilation result, and this will mean that you want to include this dot in your regular expression, so this will also be discarded at the end. So this is how you will include a dot in your regular expression. Similarly, for including colon, you will write 2 backslash and then you write colon. So this is the concept of escape sequences. Now let us look at how do we form number in a regular expression. So let us say I write this 1 to 9, and this is OR, this is nothing but OR, and we write 1 and then 0 to 9. So what is the meaning of this? This means that we can either form a 1-digit number or a 2-digit number, okay, both these will be valid. And if you form a 1-digit number, then the number should be in the range of 1 to 9. And if you form a 2-digit number, then the first digit should be 1 and the second digit can fall in the range of 0 to 9. Okay, so this is the entire meaning. Now if we give a number 1, then will this regular expression suffice this number 1? Yes, because the first condition is saying it can be a 1-digit number in the range of 1 to 9. So this is valid, and this is basically a OR operator. So if any of these conditions are true, then this expression will be true. So similarly, this 3 is true, 13 is true, and 18 is true. Okay. Now if you see this second regular expression, then in this case, if you have a 1-digit number, then this should be in the range of 1 to 9, or if you have a 2-digit number, then the first digit can be in the range of 1 to 9 and second digit can be in the range of 0 to 9. Okay. So if you see this 1, 3, 13, 84, all these will be valid. But this 84 will not be valid in this case, because the first digit is 8, and if you have a 2-digit number in this first regular expression, then the first digit should be 1. So this will be invalid in case of this first regular expression. So I hope you got the example now. So let us now look at how do we form a valid number in the range of 0 to 255. 0 is basically 1 digit and 255 is basically 3 digit. So I have already shown you the concept of OR operator using in the regular expression. So we need to use it. If you have a single digit, then the number can vary from 0 to 9. So this is a 1-digit case. Now if you have a 2-digit, then the number can vary from 10 to 99. Okay, so how do you include it? This 10 can be made like the first digit will range from 1 to 9, because the minimum number is having 10, maximum number is having 99. So the minimum first digit is 1 and the maximum first digit is 9. Therefore, the first digit will range from 1 to 9. And what about the second digit? Thus, for the second digit, the minimum is 0 and maximum is 9. Therefore, it will range from 0 to 9. So this is how you can form a regular expression for this 2-digit number. So this is for 2-digit. Okay. Now similarly, for 3-digit, what will be the range? Well, this is basically defining that it will be in the range of 100 to 199. Because you cannot just say that it will be in the range of 0 to 9, 0 to 9 and 0 to 9. Because this will basically indicate that all the numbers are starting from 000 to 999. But we want to maintain this, like we have already included from 0 to 99, and now we want to include the numbers in such a way that we do not exceed this 255. So first we will include the numbers from 100 to 199. So in this case, the first digit here in the minimum and maximum are both 1. So it will be fixed. So this is fixed here. Second digit is varying from 0 to 9. Third digit is varying from 0 to 9. So both these digits will be in the range of 0 to 9. This is how you form a 3-digit number in the range of 100 to 199. Now similarly, I will form a 3-digit number in the range of 200 to 249. And after that, I will include digits in the range of 250 to 255. Now if I use OR operator between all these expressions, then I will be able to connect them all, and I can include a number in the range of 0 to 255. Because the first digit will take care of 1-digit numbers, this second digit will take care of 10 to 99, this third digit will take care of 100 to 199, and similarly this will take care of 200 to 249, and this is 250 to 255. So this is how you can write a regular expression in order to form or in order to check whether a number is falling in the range of 0 to 255. Okay. Now what if we want to write a valid IPv4 regular expression? So how can we write it? So in this case, you might be knowing that for a regular IPv4 expression, the numbers will be in the range of 0 to 255. Okay, and they will be dot separated. And how many dots will be there? There will be 3 dots and you will have 4 cells. Okay, so in all these 4 cells, you will have numbers in the range of 0 to 255 and they will be separated using 3 dots. So how will you form this regular expression? Now I have already shown how this regular expression will form a number in the range of 0 to 255 previously. Okay, so I will not be explaining you now this. So after forming a number or after checking for a number in 0 to 255 range, what we need to do is we need to include this dot. So I have already shown you in the escape sequence that in order to include this dot, you will have to give 2 backslash and then write the dot. So this is basically including the dot after creating a number in the range of 0 to 255. And I have also shown you in the repeating expression that in order to repeat a regular expression, you just need to use the curly braces and write how many number of times you want to repeat it. Or you can even repeat it in a given range. But in this case, we want to repeat it fixed number of times. So this is our expression, that is 0 to 255 followed by a dot. And this we want to repeat 3 times. So if you repeat this 3 times, then this is your first time, this will be your second time, and this will be your third time. Okay, so your pointer will now be here. You will have filled your 3 cells and you will have included your 3 dots. Now the only thing left is this one cell. So how do you include it? Actually, you cannot include it using the same expression because you have made a general rule that this expression will be having a dot as a suffix. So after repeating it 3 times, you will again have to include this entire expression. After this number of times it gets repeated. So in this small bracket, you will have to write this expression again. Okay. So this is just a single time because you want to form a number in the range of 0 to 255 only once. Okay. So this will not be following your general expression which you used to repeat this regular expression 3 times. That is why we are writing it at the last. So this will be included at last. So this is how you form a valid IPv4 regular expression. So I hope you understood this. Similarly, we can form a valid IPv6 regular expression. Well, in this case, the rule is repeat each cell number in the range of 0 to all f's, that is 4 f's. And you need to repeat it 8 times and those all should be colon separated. So as I already showed you in IPv4, the number should be in the range of 0 to 255. They are repeated 4 times and dot separated. So there were basically 3 dots. Therefore, we had repeated a regular expression with a dot 3 times, and for the final cell, we will write it alone. That is a standalone after repeating this regular expression. In the similar way, this is repeating 8 times and it is colon separated. So how many colons will be there? There will be 7 colons. Therefore, first we will form this number. So how will we form this number? Well, this is nothing but a 4-digit number. Okay, so this can range from 0 to 4 f's. So this is maximum 4-digit number. So this 0 can also be written as 4 zeros. So 4 zeros to 4f. Now how do you form a 4-digit number for IPv6? Actually for IPv6, a digit can be in the range of 0 to 9, or it can be in the range of A to F, or it can be in the range of capital A to capital F. Okay, so each character can be in the range of these 3 characters. And now since you know the range of characters, you want to repeat it 1 to 4 times. Okay, so here I have not given the repetition. Actually a repetition will also be included. Actually there will be one more bracket and you will have to write 1 comma 4 here, because your digit can get repeated 1 to 4 times. And after this you put the bracket and then you include the regular expression for this one, colon. Okay, so in this case you will include one character and you can repeat 1 to 4 times. That is, you can pick independent characters 1 to 4 times. And so you will be able to form a number in the range of 0 to all f's. So once you fill your one cell, then you will have to include your separator. So this is your separator colon, and so your entire regular expression is now formed. Now you will repeat it 7 number of times. So this will be repeated 7 number of times. Okay, and finally in the last cell, actually you do not want to include this colon, Therefore, you will have to generate number in the range of 0 to all f's separately again. And in this case as well, we will have another bracket and we will create a number in the range of 0 to all f's 1 to 4 times. Okay, because a number can be either 1 digit or it can be 4 digit. So this I forgot to include, so I included it now. So this is how you can form a valid IPv6 regular expression. So let us now look at the code. So this is a simple code. As I have already explained you, if you have understood the theory, then this will be just a cakewalk. So we are basically given this IP address and we want to verify if it is a v4 or IPv6 address. So in this case, this is the regular expression for generating a IPv4 address. And after forming the regular expression, I will simply use regex match. So this is a function in the regex library. You can check for C++. So regex match IP, your given IP, comma, your regular expression. If this comes out to be true, then this indicates that your IP address is a IPv4 address. Otherwise, if your IP is not IPv4, then we will generate a object for this IPv6. So this is the regular expression for that, as I have already explained you. Now you will match again using the regex match, and if it matches, then it will be IPv6 address. If the address is neither IPv6 or IPv4, then it will be printed as neither. That means we will return neither. So I hope you understood the solution. If you have any other approach or solution in different languages, then please share below so that everyone can take benefit from it. Like and share our video and subscribe to our channel in order to watch more of this programming videos. See you in our next video. Thank you.